Hey, welcome to a very special edition of the Squared Circle Maniacs podcast. My name is Johnny Bottles. To my left is Dr. Don Wayne, the neckbeard
We're live,
psychologist,
pal, out of nowhere.
We're live out of nowhere. It's a special show because it's a special weekend, a special night, if you will. WrestleMania Night 1 has just concluded. And we've got a few bones to pick with this particular PLE, as they refer to them now. A lot of glitz, a lot of glamour, Don. Great production. Where do we begin?
Overall grade for the show. Let's start there. Let's go ahead and just start there out the gate. We got two different perspectives on this entire show, right? I think, to start off with. We have my perspective, and then we have your perspective. One of us has been drinking cocktails all night. The other one has not. So take a guess, kiddies, which one is which. I'd give it a C+ overall grade for me, just on night 1. There were a few matches we're going to talk about that I thought were really good, and there were some that laid there like a dead dog. Holy shit, Larry out the gate getting crazy, big bonging. Larry getting crazy with the big ball.
Thank you, Larry. I appreciate that. We both appreciate that. The super chats are open, folks. If you'd like to see any comments, questions, anything like that, thrown up on the screen, questions especially. The super chats are open. That's what they're there for, and we appreciate it. So many matches on there I wanted to like. A lot, man. A lot. And there were some on there that I was scared to death of, and I figured out why, and it's what I thought it was. You are who I thought you were. As one famous coach said in football. They are who we thought they were. God, Moses, some of the shit happening in this. Let's go right down the line. Let's just go.
Well, I'll get Rhea Ripley and Becky Lynch, right? That's where we're going to start at. Okay.
Of course. And Becky Lynch was sick with strep throat. Supposedly?
That's what you were telling me. I didn't realize she had gotten ill before this match.
They say she's been sick all week. That's what they said in the play-by-play. Michael Cole said that. As Rhea Ripley and Becky were coming out. So, yeah, she wasn't feeling well. It was slow motion for me. And
damn, was it not?
Oh, sluggish. Very sluggish.
Look. This was our concern going into this, was how are they going to mesh styles? Because let's just be honest on what it was. A year ago, Rhea Ripley and Charlotte Flair had probably the match of the year. So you know Rhea Ripley can go. You know she's got the 5 tools to get it done. She can cut a promo. She can work in the ring. She can work out of the ring. She can sell. She can get over as a heel. She can get over as a babyface. She's got everything you want. This match was what I was afraid of, and I hate to call her out, but Becky Lynch looks slow at times, like she's not quite Look, there's an old art to wrestling, right? They say when you think you're not going slow enough, slow down even more. But there comes a point where you've got to have some action before you slow down, and to me, there just wasn't enough action in this match to get the slowed down to where they were on a crawl at times. And I could see Rhea like, hey, we got to move here. Let's do this. And it just felt to me like Becky was really, I don't know what's happened, but it didn't feel like the Becky I saw 3 years ago to me.
Lynch does a lot of that. Tries to move when somebody tries to pin him, and she sits up and goes, yeah. Like she's trying to rationalize in her head what just happened and try to figure out, make a course correction. She does a lot of that during the matches. This time it was a lot of being on all fours and had her head down and looking up at Rhea Ripley like, what are we going to do next? I don't know who was calling it in the ring. I have no idea.
It should have been Becky, in my opinion. It should have been Becky if she wasn't. She's the chiseled veteran. Well, if she was, and this is the best she's got, then this ain't it. This ain't it.
And we talked about it through text while we were watching the show. We were corresponding back and forth. Becky Lynch, in my opinion, needs to go away for 3 or 4 months. Raise your child. Stay home with your kid for a while. And like the old saying goes, which Mr. James E. Cornette says a lot on his show, how can I miss you if you won't go away? I'm a little burned out on the man. I'm burned out on a lot of people on this show.
No, there's a lot of people in this Mania we're going to talk about. You and I are both burned out on. And it's just, it felt like there were so many opportunities in this show that weren't garnered that sort of piss you off to the end. They really do.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Bianca Belair, we're going to get to that in a minute, should have been facing Rhea Ripley for the title, in my opinion. That should have been happening. There's no need she should have been in a trios match. She should have won the Royal Rumble, and it should have been happening. Well, maybe not the Rumble, but she should have won the damn the Elimination Chamber.
You can't main event every WrestleMania.
But God damn it, you've got to use a star when you got a star, and she's a star.
And Jade Cargill standing next to Bianca Belair, who's jacked up. For my money, Jade Cargill does not look that special when she's standing next to Bianca Belair. As far as I'm concerned, she does. They both look amazing, but Bianca Belair is just as big as Jade Cargill. She's not as tall, but she's. Yeah, we'll get to that. That's a. Anyway, with the Becky Lynch thing, I'm right
giving it a C+. That's the best I
right person
C+.
won. Yeah,
C+. What do you think? On a star scale rating, right? Let's go 1 to 10 on a star scale match, right?
No, we'll do the 5-star deal like Meltzer does.
All right,
so let's do it that way. 5 being the best.
I do 2.5 stars.
I would do 2.5 stars also because the right person won. If Becky Lynch would have won, I would have given it a 1 star. If Becky Lynch would have won the match,
I will give you the I'll give you that one, right? Like it was. Look, it felt like Rhea Ripley carried so much of this match. It was insane to me. Like, I've never seen her have to carry a match. Usually when she's in there, because she's not the oldest person in the ring, she's the one usually deferring to the veteran, right? And tonight it felt like she probably should have led. Like, she probably should have led if that's the best that Becky Lynch can do. And I know I just said, I wonder who called the match. It should have been Becky. You think it was, and if it wasn't, that's all they got? That ain't it, pal. You can't have the match you had with Charlotte last year and then have this. And Becky should have known that if she was the one calling this match. And I get it. If she was sick, then you've got to throw in some goddamn gaga, right? You've got to make it last a little bit longer. This felt like an opening. All right, is this a popcorn match? Like it's, 2.5 stars. So if you look at the star rating, right? 1 is that sucked. 2 was that's about what I expected. 3 was that was pretty good. 4 is amazing. And 5 is they tore the house down. That's how you look at a star rating, in my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I mean, it was about what I expected, to be quite honest. And you can't have expected matches at Mania. You've got to take the damn blinders off. You've got to take off the bit. You've got to let the horse run at this show. If no other show that they do it all year, you've got to let the wrestlers put everything on the line and do what they want to do and try to hold them in the context of a storytelling match, right? Like, that's just my opinion.
Exactly. What do we got next?
Oh, my God. The 6-pack ladder match, which was I didn't agree with the participants in this match. I just want to go start first to say that. Some of these people, I know you got to push the new blood. They desperately need new blood at the top of the card. But, well, I give you credit, Bottles. You called it. You said it was going to be a split tag title match, and they hadn't announced it beforehand. But as soon as I saw the different belts hanging up, I said, Bottles called that shit, because that's what we got.
I was right with one team that I picked to win. I had the Judgment Day taking the other set of belts, the SmackDown belts.
Yes.
But I believe you said it was going to be Austin Theory and Grayson Waller, didn't you?
I think I had them sort of on the outside looking. I said if they split, that's sort of where I saw it. But I also agree with you that Judgment Day would probably hold on to one of those 2 belts just to keep it in some sort of a conformity. However, look, they gave R-Truth his moment at WrestleMania, man. He's never had one of the guys been
very emotional. He was too.
Yes, but it's been comedic gold, right? Like, I can't hate on R-Truth winning this tag title. He's going to be a champion for a month, and we both know it. The next pay-per-view, they're dropping that shit. like a hot potato.
Of course.
We both know that.
He deserves a belt just for the Tom and Nick Mysterio shtick he would do. I see Dom, but I don't see Tom and Nick.
The other shit he does, though, man, dude,
Gold.
look,
Comedy gold.
For the most part, I hate comedy and wrestling, right? I hate it for the most part. But when he was looking to tag into the match, my wife was screaming her head off. Oh my God, he wants to get tagged in. My son was laughing. I was laughing. My daughter was laughing. It was a good, wholesome, this is good shit moment. It didn't feel out of place for his character. It felt like he's an idiot, and I love the guy for being who he is. He's true to the character he's made for the past 10 to 15 years. That was great. And then them screaming he's going on and doing the moves of his child idol when he's older than John Cena. Jesus, dude.
And Cole said, yeah, when he was 40.
Yeah.
Yes.
You have to give him credit. The guy has found a niche in what he does, and I love it. There were some spots in the match where you're going to get these spots that just, some of them were cringeworthy and some of them were like, oh shit. And I'm going to tell you the one that got my attention. Ciampa's move off the ladder scared the shit out of me. I don't care.
It was almost like a muscle buster.
Oh, dude, it's terrifying to watch that shit.
Samoa Joe used to have a move called the Muscle Buster. Sometimes he still does it. That's the move when he was in WWE that broke Tyson Kidd, if you remember that guy. He's a backstage producer now, the husband of Natty Neidhart. He broke Tyson Kidd's neck. It separated his skull from the top of his cervical column. And that's why Tyson Kidd can never wrestle again, because of that move. And he's doing it off a ladder on that kid. Good Lord Almighty.
Dude, that shit made me nervous. Did it make you nervous at all?
It very well did. I watched how they landed, and Ciampa took care of them.
And the
DDT through a table from Gargano. The
great move, by the way. They pulled it off perfectly.
Balor, Finn Balor can walk tomorrow morning. It'll be a miracle.
Oh, by the way,
abuse that guy's back took.
I know, dude. He eats some he eats some ladders with his spine like candy. Just
Lord. And the unsung hero of the match for me was referee Jessica Carr on the outside. When Priest was climbing the ladder at the end of the match, and she's going, Priest, and you look over to the right, the bottom right, the opposite side.
And that ladder's hosed.
Jacked up. Yep.
And she was trying to warn him, that ladder is jacked. And when they got up there, like, that's when I think they both realized it was way worse than they thought. Because if you saw the little, hand shove to the face move that he gave him, that shouldn't have been enough to put his ass out. Like, that shouldn't have happened. But they were both like, I'm getting the hell off this ladder. Like, both of them had that idea at the same time. I don't need to be up here. This is some bullshit. I'm out of here. So, having said all that, there were moments in this match that were really good, and there were moments in this match where you're just like, God, I hate every one of these TLC matches. I hate every one of them because it always comes in like that. Every damn one of them.
Let me ask you
I gave this one 3 out of 5.
That's exactly what I was thinking. 3 out of 5 stars. Let me ask you this question. I'll ask you this question about every match. Who needs to go away for a while?
Becky Lynch really does need to go away.
No, in this match. We talked about Becky Lynch. I mean, in this match, what team needs to disappear for a while?
I don't really know in this one anybody really grates on me like that, to be quite honest. These all feel like semi-fresh teams to me. And I know our
The New Day?
Okay, you know what? Shit, I almost forgot they were in here.
They were in the match. They were uneventful, but they were in the match.
Yeah, that's a team that's been around now for quite a while. I mean, they're working on 6 years now, maybe? Gotta be close to 6 years. Yeah, that's
they need a third guy. They need a third guy to move it out. Big E can't come back. So
no.
My third guy for them, as heels,
Swerve Strickland.
They should turn Swerve Strickland. They should turn heel, and my third guy for them would be Omos. Think outside the box.
That would
have
be
MVP. They manage the New Day.
Yeah.
He manages the New Day, and Omos is the third man in The New Day. Can you imagine
that makes sense. That makes
Kofi
sense.
Kingston climbing on his shoulders and doing that leg drop?
And you turn bootios into shittos, and you've got something, pal. Sell that on your local Walmart shelf. Shittios, repackaged and rebranded. And they look like little marshmallow turds when they come out.
Are they chocolate flavored?
Absolutely.
Does it come with an NDA?
Vince McMahon in the background hiding over the box.
Right. Oh my God, an NDA inside the box. Look, Mom, I got a knitter. Oh, that's an NDA, honey.
Oh God. All right.
Good
next
Lord
match
Almighty.
was
What do we got
Andrade and Rey Mysterio versus Santos Escobar and Dominic Mysterio. I just said all of those names right, Larry. I don't want to hear shit out of you for a week. I got every one of those complicated names right. Damn it. I thought this was one of the best. I thought this was the second best match on the night. I really did. I was enthralled with this. I was supremely entertained with this match. I really was. Everything about this, I was surprised at the outcome. Like, I was shocked at the outcome. I saw the neckbeards uniting online. Why are there goddamn NFL guys in the ring? I hate this shit. Who are these guys? I don't know who they are. Folks, if you don't know who the center for the Philadelphia Eagles is, that's fine. You don't need to. But everybody around that ring knew exactly who that guy was as soon as he got in there. Like, they went crazy. Kelsey has one of the biggest podcasts in the world right now with his brother, Travis Kelsey, who happens to be dating Taylor Swift. They are nationally known outside of the wrestling bubble. Get the hell over yourself. This is a known commodity. He's a Super Bowl winner. He's considered one of the best centers of all time. Eat shit and deal with it. All right? I'm not going to tell you to Google it, but if you don't know who they are, listen to the crowd. They pop big on this.
There's a lot of shit talk on this podcast tonight. It's almost like Vince McMahon's back.
I thought this was probably the second best match of the night when it was all said and done. I gave it 3.5 stars.
3.5 stars?
I really did, yeah. 3.5.
Ugh.
What? Almost fucking spoke. What did you not like about it?
Oh, God almighty. It's an excuse to get every Latino in the company on the show in one match. Yeah, there is that. All the people walking out to the ring with every... I mean, look. Who doesn't like to see Zelina Vega do that moonsault off the top rope? That's
where she almost ate it, though. She almost ate that shit tonight. That camera switched real quick. Did you notice that?
Yes, because the kid just grabbed her legs. He didn't get underneath.
Well, dude, she was short as shit on that thing, man. She was at least 3 feet short.
Well, she's only 3 feet tall. What do you expect?
That's true, too.
She's a pixie, for God's sake. She's a Mexican pixie.
That was bad, dude. That was bad. That was bad, Johnny.
It was bad. Yeah, it wasn't good. It wasn't good. But what's the guy's name? The other guy in the LWO. Not Cruz del Toro. I forgot the kid's name.
The guy who did the crazy shit off the rope?
That guy does a slingshot off the rope.
Oh, amazing.
Amazing. Every time you see it, it's amazing. The crowd pops. So that's a great thing right there. He's a former DJ Zima Ion from TNA. I can't remember his... Buddy Gomez. What the hell's his name? In the LWO.
I don't know. Dude, there's so many... What the hell?
I was expecting the Carlito turn. I was expecting the Carlito turn because he wasn't picked to be the partner in this match.
You're asking me, dude. I don't have a goddamn clue. You know how I'm about pronouncing names. I'm the worst guy ever. I'm the Wikipedia of name announcing.
Vlad just, Vlad
Joaquin
just
Wild.
clued me in. Joaquin Wild. Okay. Yes. Thank you, Vlad.
I don't have a clue. But I give it 3.5 stars. What do you give it? Come on, Johnny. Come on, Johnny. Come on, Johnny.
I'll begrudgingly give it 3 stars. I either hated it or loved it. I didn't hate it or loved it. I was in the middle. I was Meltzer in the middle. That should be a TV show. Meltzer in the middle.
We got to talk about Meltzer. There was a quote he got popped up today. Holy shit. Did you say what he said about the tag team
How Grayson Waller and the other kid, Austin Theory, are going to be taken out of the match. He said that 4 days ago, like a moron.
Like a goddamn moron. Said they are so bad right now that the WWE is considering removing them from WrestleMania. 4 days later, they win one of the titles. It shows you how incompetent and how out of his element this jackass is on doing anything remotely related to any pure wrestling coverage anymore. He's out of his element.
He's got some sort of Alzheimer's setting in now, some kind of sundowners syndrome setting in. Either that or he's smoking a lot of peyote out there in California.
No,
there's something going on.
He's just out of his mind because he's literally.
That's what I'm saying. He's a lunatic.
He's gone over the edge.
Yes.
Next
Meltzer
up on
in the middle.
Card. Next up on the card.
With his little brother, Brian Alvarez. And
dude, there was a clip I saw.
And Jim Valley.
I saw
Jim Wheezy Valley. Go ahead.
I didn't realize this clip existed. I got to send this to you tomorrow. Remind me of this because it's Brian Alvarez and him went at it again apparently a couple weeks ago, and that shit got buried as soon as it happened. But they went nuts on each other. It was about the Blackpool Combat Club beating FTR and FTR being placed in their tag team tournament and winning. And he was like, how the hell does that make sense? And Meltzer was like, it makes complete sense. And he was like, in what world does that make sense, Dave? You're not even making sense now at this point. Well, in the wrestling world, it makes sense. He was like, that's it. Shut the hell up. I don't want to deal with you anymore.
I got another sitcom. Leave it to Meltzer.
The whole place would burn down. Speaking of leave it
to Meltzer. I'm worried about the Meltzer.
Okay, so we're going to talk about the shittiest match on the night, which, by the way, was the one with you and I. This was fucking brutal.
It was AEW-ish. I almost envisioned Excalibur and Tony Schiavone calling the match with Taz laughing in the background. That's why
Jay and Jimmy Uso had the worst match I've seen at WrestleMania in a long time.
Long time.
I was terrified last year when Brock Lesnar faced Big Man. What's his name again? You called him a minute ago. The 7-foot guy. Almost, yes. I was terrified
and that was a hell of a
match. That match. And it turned out to be a great match. Mm-hmm. This is what I hear from last year's Mania. Jimmy and Jay Uso had the most boring, convoluted, super kick, horse shit, non-entertaining match that I've ever seen in my life at a WrestleMania. And I've seen some 5-finger stickers. This one took the cake. This was awful. This was El Fistico to the face is what this was.
This was if the Young Bucks were Samoans.
It really was. Just super kicking the shit out of each other, selling garbage, nobody just talking the whole time. This was horrible, and they should be embarrassed with their performance. This was bad.
Awful.
Awful. You're right.
It was just too long. Some of these matches were too effing long. They should have shortened them. I felt like the tag team turmoil ladder match, I think, was rushed. And to make room for this, to make time for this, I don't know. I just can't understand it. It was like, you hit me, I'll hit you. It was the worst things of any match on AEW Dynamite were incorporated into this.
It really was.
It was horrendous.
It felt so slow and so dead from the moment of the word go. And then when you're talking to each other.
When you're watching WrestleMania and you're playing with your phone, because what you see on your TV screen is not keeping you entertained, you know that it's a problem. And they had a big problem with this match. I'll give it a 1. 1 star.
I can't give any more than that. It was the drizzling shits. There was nothing about this that entertained me. My wife even looked at me and said, this had so much potential, and it's like they're afraid to hit each other and have a match now. It was pathetic. Right. It was slow. It was literally diarrhea on Sunday morning in church in the sermon. You got to run and make all the noise you can in the back, and the whole church is hearing you. Lay it down, brother. And you're embarrassed when you leave, and you just walk to the car. When you're done, you just walk straight to the car.
We're out the door. See you, Rev.
You're not even going in to hear the rest of that sermon. I have sinned in that bathroom, and everyone heard it.
I'm out. Thanks, guys.
That's what this match was. I hope
the Red Sea's been parted. I'll see you later.
I hope they did not stop in the locker room on the way out, because they might have had shit thrown at them literally on the way out. Monkeys flinging poo as they left, because that was so bad.
At the church?
No, well, both. I mean, it could have been either one. But the Usos were so bad when this was over. I would have been like, guys, just head to the hotel. This was the last time. I will guarantee you both, this is the last time you face each other at WrestleMania. Ever.
The most excited that crowd was when Jay came out for his entrance with Lil Wayne, the greatest rapper in history, according to my.
But I can't understand a goddamn word he says.
He said, yeah,
I have
it's you.
No idea what he said.
Yeah, it's you. Okay.
All I heard was, I was like, okay.
Cash $1 million check. Jesus Christ.
It was bad. There's no way around it. Was bad. Everything about this whole thing was bad. Horrible. Everything was bad.
And I think they turned down the microphones for the crowd mics, because the crowd was quiet all night long. Even when it looked like they were cheering, and the crowd's volume was turned down. Probably because, they didn't want the people chanting "F you, Rocky," things like that.
They didn't want to hear them sleeping. Like half that fan was snoring. Half the fan base was snoring in the front row.
What, for the Uso match? Yes, for the Uso match.
What are we doing? Is this shit over?
I'm talking for the whole show. I mean, for the whole show. It seems like the crowd mics were turned down. But
have you ever seen Will Ferrell get shot with a tranquilizer in that movie? Can't remember the name of it right now.
Old School, where he's at the party, and Stifler was cameoed by Stifler at his daughter's birthday party.
Face with a dart, pal.
Oh man, you must be kidding me!
That was the crowd. That was the crowd during this match. They're having a wrestling match. Andre the Giant-esque speech patterns going on in the front row.
Yes. It was horrendous.
Awful. It sucked.
The whole crowd was dead for that Uso match. It seems like they were dead for every match, except for the entrances. But the final match, they came alive, of course. So did everyone else in the country.
Here's always the issue, though, when you do those outside stadium shows. That noise carries up and out. So it's not always the best angle to have it when you're a wrestling show.
Right.
Because you're always closer to the ring. If they're up in like the third booth where they shoot the actual games or the second row, you can hear those crowds so much better. But this was just, I don't give a shit what excuse you make for this. This was bad. But the next match got my attention.
Gunther versus Sami Zayn.
No, wrong, incorrect.
Who was it?
Damage Control.
Oh, that's right. Damage Control.
Naomi, and Bianca.
Yes.
You could have had Jade and Naomi versus Damage Control and had Bianca win that match in February and the pod match to face Rhea Ripley. And I feel like that would have been a much better match to me, personally.
But Becky Lynch might have politicked her way into facing Rhea Ripley at WrestleMania. Who knows what goes on in the backstage machinations?
Well, it might, and you might be onto something. But it shouldn't be that way. She's not there anymore. She's not the man anymore.
No.
The crowd is not pushing her anymore. That's like, she's here again. Shit, we got to deal with this.
If she was against, the thing was, the man was against the new man, Mommy. And Mommy is the biggest thing in the, next to Jade Cargill, of course, the biggest thing in the women's division right now.
I think she's bigger than Jade.
Well, yeah, because she's been there in that position longer. Everyone loves Mommy. And she's a heel, and everyone loves to cheer for her.
But and you put Becky in that position. If she would have faced a heel, if they would have had a heel challenger for Rhea Ripley, it would have been a better position match. And Becky could have done something else. Becky could have been in the damage control spot, the Jade spot, or whatever.
She really could have.
Do you know who that Jade spot? The Jade spot was going to be Charlotte Flair until she got hurt.
Well, thank God.
That's who was going to be in there. Yeah.
Because, no, Charlotte should not have been that. Charlotte should have been. Look, they could have had a 3-way women's match as far as I'm concerned if she was healthy. That would have made even more sense to me. Because, look, these two women tore the house down last week. I mean, last year at WrestleMania. They tore the house down. I am not a. We both know, anybody that watches our program know, which, by the way, thank you for watching right now. Like and subscribe. I know it's late in the hour, but I'm not the biggest fan of women's wrestling. Those two women tore the show apart last year. It should have headlined night one.
Two women that wrestle like men. And that's why you liked it so much.
You're right. You're exactly right.
You like matches where women wrestle like men.
You're right. No bullshit, no nonsense. I'm going to punch you, bitch, and I'm going to suplex you, and I'm going to come off this top rope and I'm going to make sure I talk shit to you while I'm doing it. I love that shit.
Right. What about this match, this 6-woman match? What's your opinion of that? It had its moments.
Dude, I was impressed with the whole match. I'm not going to bullshit you. I thought, look, those 3 women on either side can go. They can go. They can go. When the Damage Control faction got the heads up, they started working on body parts, drop kicks to the face, double moves. That shit is missing from the men's scene. Why is that not happening in the men's scene? They were doing double teams on the girls. That was like, oh shit, that's really amazing. This is really entertaining. I'm thoroughly impressed. I am sports entertained, as you like to call it.
Quick double teams, get in, get out real quick. Do it again, get in, get out real quick, so you can't get counted out or anything like that. Get disqualified. The Kabuki Warriors are a great tag team. Dakota Kai even impressed me in this match. She's changed her look up a bit too. She's looking a little more fetching, as they say. And Asuka with the black scary grin, face paint, and a great presentation all the way around. Kairi Sane still looks like a waif. She still looks a little too small compared to the 3 opponents, of course.
But when she came off that turnbuckle to the outside, that shit was impressive as hell. Yeah, I was impressed as hell when she came off that top turnbuckle to give a diving elbow to somebody that was standing up. I was like, oh shit, that's pretty impressive, man. The moves that she does is impressive, but the issue always comes back to, if she's not in a tag team, I'm not going to believe her in a one-on-one competition with a Rhea Ripley, with a Bianca Belair, with a Jade Cargill, with a Naomi.
You're right.
I'm never going to buy that aspect of it. If she is the quick tag team opponent, I can buy that every time. And that's where she fits, and that's where she worked tonight. It worked. It was quick moves, bang, bang, bang. I love this match. I despise women's wrestling for the most part. I love this match.
Speaking of Bianca Belair, what about that braid crack, that whip to Asuka right across the breastbone?
That had to be dubbed in.
It's not. It is not. It is not dubbed in. I assure you, she got Banks a couple of years ago and actually cut Banks across her midsection. She got Shayna Baszler one year and cut Baszler across her midsection, but she really cut Banks deep with that whip crack. She got her twice, and it sounded like Indiana Jones in the ring, man. It was unbelievable.
I'm calling bullshit. That was an absolute dubbed-in spot, and I'm glad they got you hooked on that. Good. They got you believing it.
It's not dubbed in. It's not dubbed in. You'd have to have perfect freaking timing. They couldn't even bleep out The Rock's F-bomb tonight. They wouldn't be able to dub in a crack. You think they're going to be able to do that? Come on, be real.
This is on tape delay. They choose what they edit out. It's on delay.
It's maybe about, 60 seconds? 15 seconds for live?
If it's 15 seconds, and they've got all day to edit that out. Most of the shows around 8 to 10 seconds, I believe.
The F-bomb of The Rock came right across TV.
They let that happen. That's sort of the thing.
No.
Right?
They did leave it happen because
they did. Oh, yes, they did.
5 seconds after he said it, the sound went out because the guy was late on a button. The guy was eating a Subway sub thinking, nobody's going to say anything bad in this match. And he's eating a sandwich and drinking a 40 of Mickey's malt liquor. And all of a sudden, what?
Right. What's more believable, Bottles? They're on a 15-second tape delay, right? And the guy hears the word, and he goes to push it, and the guy goes, no. Let that one get through, and then push it.
Pal, come on now.
It happened all night during that match. That's what we're going to get to that in a minute. This match, I was highly entertained. I thought it was great. I give this 4 stars. Actually, no, I give this 3 3/4 stars.
I'd give it 4 stars.
Great.
I would give it 4 stars because I would give it 4 stars because I liked it. It was the best match so far on the show from what I saw. Professionals, you saw a new star, Jade Cargill, work a match. She was protected, of course, in a tag match. She did a lot of her old power moves that she did in AEW, but she didn't meander around the ring. She one move to another, real quick, real crisp. And they're making her work like a big man. They're making her work like a. The chat is the chat's going wild. Black Larry is going wild.
My God!
They're making making her work like a large man, like a
for $20
Braun
that goes
type.
on the screen. For $20 that goes on the screen. I'm sorry.
Yes,
it just
3 3/4 is a 4.
Oh shit! You popped
me, Larry. Jesus Christ Almighty! Jesus. Good Lord!
Oh man! Anyway, next was the one we've been waiting for, and Gunther and Sami Zayn. It was a pro wrestling match. That's all I can say. 4 stars. 4 stars. It was a pro wrestling match. I was entertained. The wrong guy won. They had the wrong guy in this spot. Everything about Sami Zayn doesn't feel right to me in this spot. Gunther should have been losing to Chad Gable if they were going to do this. He's earned the spot. This felt like a transitional championship title handover. I think you'll see Sami Zayn have this thing until maybe SummerSlam, and that's when Chad Gable gets it on his back and runs with it for a year and a half. I don't like Gunther losing this match.
You're exactly correct. You're exactly correct. What I wanted for this match is for him to beat Sami Zayn, and then Monday Night on Raw, he comes out and sets the Intercontinental title in the middle of the ring and says, I'm done defending the Intercontinental title. No one can beat me. I'm going to go ahead and put my challenge up for whoever at that point in time.
Yes.
On Monday is the heavyweight champion of Raw. Aktuliba.
And we talked about
that would have
guys that need to go away and learn a new hold, and Sami Zayn falls in that area for me right now.
Go home for about 4 or 5 months. Take your mousy wife with you and your dullard of a son. All just go home and raise that kid and teach him how to read and write, and be a father. Take some time off, heal up, and lift some weights. Get a little muscle in you, lad. Get a little muscle in you, and shave for Christ's sake, and cut your hair. You look like a cross between Archie Andrews and Mick Foley. Just get rid of the dad bod.
To his credit, though, he was in pretty good shape for this match. I thought he was.
It looks like he actually worked out a little bit.
Yeah,
for the match.
Yeah, he looked
and that's
like
really
he was
saying
the best
something.
shape of his life.
Yes,
well,
that's really saying something. He didn't look real pasty either, like he usually does. He is a ginger, but he's usually real pasty.
I'd have given this one 4 stars. I thought it was a great match. I'll put it this way. I had 3-star expectations coming into this, and I thought what he did was pretty damn entertaining. I thought he gave Gunther a good match. I was entertained. I liked what I saw. I didn't leave this match cheated. I just felt like Gable should have been the guy in the ring. And I know I'm not alone on this. It should not have been Sami at this point in time. It should not have been Sami. And I feel like the wrong damn guy walked out of there with the title, in my opinion, to be quite honest.
I think they obviously had too many multi-person matches on this show, and they didn't want to do another one. So they didn't want to have Sami and Gable and Gunther. But Gunther should have won, like I said, surrendered the title. They could have had a tournament. Gable could have won the tournament. The final could have been Sami versus Gable. Gable could have turned heel.
You just gave me the greatest idea.
Sami. What was that?
May's King of the Ring winner is the new Intercontinental champion. You have a King of the Ring for the Intercontinental Championship. Next month, your pay-per-view is already built. You don't have to go to worry about it now. May is covered. That's your King of the Ring championship.
And then you'll have Drew McIntyre versus Gunther for the heavyweight belt.
I would not do that until at least August for SummerSlam.
What about Clash at the Castle?
Nah,
that's gonna be in Scotland.
Yeah,
that's gonna be in Scotland. No. CM Punk and that three-way there. CM Punk, McIntyre, and Gunther. That's a fresh matchup.
They're saying he won't be back until August.
Okay.
September, most likely, but August if they're lucky. Just saying. All right. So that leads us to the pay-per-view main event, the PLE main event. What you all come to wait and be ready for. The Rock, Roman, Cody, and Seth.
I before they did a little pre-tape, all the snippets leading up to this match, the beatings, the shit talking. I let the dogs out. I dropped the deuce, played around on my phone. I was texting Don. I made a drink and got back to the TV, and Roman Reigns is just coming out. And I'm thinking, when did I text Don? It was 10 o'clock. At 10:21, Roman Reigns is making his way to the ring, sauntering to the ring with the walrus behind him, staring at him lovingly. And I'm thinking to myself, good God almighty, it's been 21 minutes of entrances. Everybody else is in the ring. The Rock came out before Roman Reigns, which is really amazing.
What did you think of the Rock's belt? I thought that belt was awesome. It was a good throwback belt. You do not see very many 7-tier plate belts anymore. I thought the belt was a nice throwback look.
Was he the ass kicking champion? The belt whipping champion? What's the champion? What is it?
I don't give a shit, dude.
They just gave him a belt to wear?
Here's a goddamn belt. Everybody else has got one except Cody. Go out there and make fun of him.
Here's the horse HGH, the horse testosterone belt. He's the horse testosterone championship.
It's the bull testosterone.
He's got the blood of racehorses flowing through him. Yes.
Good Lord almighty. What did you think of how the title looked?
I thought it looked fantastic. I was trying to eyeball it because he was already in the ring with it off. He was holding it by his side by the strap. And Roman is just swinging at the end of his belt like he's just Ric Flair helicoptering to a stewardess on a plane. And I'm going, this is like a dick swinging contest here.
I'm done. All right. It's been a good show. Thank you all for joining.
Where did he get the belt from?
It was given to him last night at the Hall of Fame induction by Ali.
See, I didn't watch the Hall of Fame last night. That will be my breakfast video tomorrow. Having my bourbon and eggs. I'll be watching the Hall of Fame.
I thought it was pretty cool. I like the belt. Excuse me. The belt is cool. The way it looked is cool. It reminded me of those old school WWE late 70s Bob Backlund straps or the Jim Crockett Promotions.
With a ton of plates on it.
Yes, just 7 plates, just covered. Looked like it mattered. I enjoyed what I saw in it, but my biggest issue last night in the Hall of Fame induction was Paul Heyman is just absolutely full of shit sometimes, man.
Of course he is. Of course he is.
Let's not forget Paul E. Dangerously, that WCW put you on the map and put you in the biggest feud you ever had with James E. Cornette, who put you over and made you famous and bled all over a white suit when you brought back the original Midnight Express and had the biggest feud of your life ever, put your ass on a map. Cornette left, which made you the de facto biggest manager in that company. You then started your own company that Vince McMahon, like him or love him or hate him, funded behind the scenes to keep your fat ass afloat, kept your payments coming in, and made sure your wrestlers got paid. You are not the genius you think you are, you fat fuck. Pay credit where it's due, own up to your losses, and say this business has given me more than I've ever given back. His speech pissed me off, if you cannot tell.
He does book all the Roman Reigns and Bloodline shit. He does write all that, so he's come up with all that.
Cool. He's made 2 or 3 great years in the 30 years he's been doing this shit.
Goddamn, Don, does he owe you money? What the hell's wrong?
He owes me transfer for going to go see some of that shit.
The transfer?
Yeah. Fucking bus is expensive, pal.
Vince McMahon would slip him $10,000 a month.
More ECW. Than that. Way more than that.
You think it was more than that?
More than it. I know.
I heard it was just $10,000. Oh, okay.
No, I know it was. I've heard it come out of several people that work there's mouths that he was paying the salary of several of his employees to make sure that shit show stayed afloat because he was so bad at business. So for him to come out there and shit all over WCW and make himself sound like I made it suck my dick, as he said at the end of his speech. All right, Paul. Might be time for you to go away for a while and learn a new hold of your own. There are other managers in this industry that are just itching for a spot to get in there.
That's true, but Heyman is just gold in everything he does on camera. The subtlest things we've talked about the subtle things he does when he's on screen, on the periphery of your screen, like the looks like that, and just staring lovingly at Roman Reigns and doing all that bullshit. It's fantastic.
You can put my fat ass out there. I've got more hair, and I'm about 2/3 of his weight.
And you're more hateful.
I will come at it. So screw that shit, man. Him saying what he said last night pissed me off as a fan. Anyway, on to the WrestleMania main event. We're getting close to midnight, and it's God knows what time is it there.
Christ, I'm missing Collision.
It's past midnight. Shit.
I'm missing AEW Collision.
No one's missing that shit, Bottles. Let's not be tripping on LSD like it's a 1960s flashback, for God's sakes.
Dax of FTR. Dax of FTR thinks we're all missing Collision. We got to watch that. You know, Dustin Rhodes tweeted, "F the Rock." And
I'm wondering he's going to be there tomorrow night. I've been waiting on that.
He's not going to be there. He's not going to be there. And Dax replied to Dustin Rhodes, "Hey, don't forget we have Collision tonight at 11:30." And Dustin Rhodes, I'm serious, I swear to God, with the banner for the show. And Dustin Rhodes hid the reply.
Good. He knows what's going on.
Yes. What a dipshit. Bald FTR.
Anywho, we're on to the WrestleMania main event. It was 25 minutes of pure entertainment, back and forth action. I don't want to recap the whole match.
It saved the show for me.
Saved the show. It really did. It took it from a D+ to a C+, in my opinion. It really did. I thought this was a 5-star match. And I'm not talking about, they did 400 wrestling moves. And, I'm not that guy. Was I entertained or not? That's
you were sports entertained.
I was absolutely sports entertained. The Rock,
yes.
I said The Rock would pin Cody to close out night one.
Mm-hmm.
I said that was going to happen because it makes the most sense. I also thought you were going to see Seth Rollins get the shit beat out of him.
Well, he did, basically, with his leg and his back. He got worked on. The leg really got worked on hard. The one thing I had an issue with was they work on your left leg the whole freaking match. Don't fly off the top rope and do moves and then hold your leg. Don't do super kicks when you're putting all your weight on your left leg. They kick a guy with your left leg and then fall over and hold your left leg. If you got an injury to your knee, you can't do that in real life. You can't do that. I mean, we're warping reality here.
Okay, hold on. I didn't mind him doing the move because as soon as he hit it, he was like, "Oh shit, my knee!" Like I can get behind that. I've seen.
But how many times can you see that? How many times have you seen that in a match? 15 times he's doing this shit in a match? He's holding his knee? His knee's going to be jacked up. Michael Cole's going to say Seth Rollins' health of his knee is going to be in question for this championship match tonight. And it's going to be a rout. McIntyre's going to win tomorrow, and Rollins is going to blame Cody. Because I was there for you.
Yes.
Where were you for me when I got my knee destroyed? And they were kicking my ass all around the arena.
It's going to be great when he comes back. He's going to be a heel when he comes back. He's going to be gone for 5 months or so. I enjoyed this. 5 stars. I don't give a shit if it's not the Tokyo Dome. Eat the dicks. I loved everything about this. It was slow to build, but when it got there, it was action-packed. The Rock acquitted himself so well for a guy that hasn't wrestled in so long. Loved everything about this. The Rock cussing at the ref, telling him, "Fuck that! I'll fire you! Fuck that!"
I thought the Rock was going to be gassed. I thought he was going to be out of sucking wind and everything, but the guy looked amazing. He looked amazing.
You know who else looked amazing? Roman Reigns was in the best shape I've ever seen him in. He looked like $1 million damn.
He was. He did. He did look good. He got angry with the bleeding. Somebody actually made him bleed.
Yeah,
he was pissed off about that.
So
it was great. Great.
So great. I have nothing but positive. I was so afraid that this main event was going to suck. Terrified it was going to suck. And then I watched it and I was like, shit, this is amazing. This is incredible. Every reason I love pro wrestling right here. Everything is in this match. They're fighting outside of the ring. They're not getting counted out. Why are they not getting counted out? Because The Rock threatened the ref. The Rock has that standing point. I'm the CEO. I'm one of the board members. I'll fire your ass. It was great. There's a reason they didn't get counted out. There's a reason they got to cheat. Everything about this made so much sense. I love this match.
I think that if Cody Rhodes wins that belt tomorrow night through shenanigans, of course, because it's going to be bloodline rules, which means the locker room's virtually going to empty out to help Cody Rhodes.
Oh, it's going to be a Bret Hart WrestleMania 10 moment.
We're going to see a lot of celebrities coming in to help, past stars come in to help Cody Rhodes. I know of 2 that I can think of. But anyway.
I know of 3.
With all that what Hulk Hogan's going to come out, what you going to do, brother? I'm going to hit you with my cane.
Oh, shit, my back.
With all that
ain't dropping no legs. We know that.
Cody Rhodes is going to be, in 6 months' time, hated. Because he's going to turn to Super Cena. He's going to win every match. He's there all the time. And what do you want to talk about? The same shtick. Hey, insert city name of your choice. What do you want to talk about? And finish the story. If I hear finish the story one more time, I'm going to slap Mama Rhodes. I'm going to hunt her down and slap her. And you got a nice bullshit curse from Mama Rhodes tonight. She got some fire in her.
Oh, yeah. She got a dude. She ain't new to this business. She's watched us a few times. This ain't her first rodeo, pal.
That's right. It was great.
Do you want to know what happens on Raw? Do you want to know what happens on Raw after Cody wins the title?
Well, he would be going to SmackDown, though, wouldn't he? Because he'd be the SmackDown champ, the Universal champ.
He's the
Universal titles on
champion.
SmackDown.
It's on both.
Okay. What happens?
He says, it's time for a new story. The old one is buried.
And then Gunther comes out.
Maybe so. Look, here's the thing. Cody Rhodes is
Otis
not going to
have...
Out. God damn it, Johnny Bottles. I thought we were doing a serious podcast here. What is wrong with you? Which one of us
Square Circle Maniacs? You have.
Oh, you're exactly.
Pal,
you're bringing
this is what I'm drinking right here. Diet Pepsi. I had to sober up from this afternoon.
Here's what I'm thinking. he's going to have a run until SummerSlam, and then it ends, right? That's sort of his thing. He should not be the main event every time. He's had a nice almost 2-year run, but here it comes. Punk's time is coming. Punk's time's coming, and they got the dog-faced Gremlin's son in the ring. And we talked about this earlier. This feels like a changing of the tide on a lot of these wrestlers that we have right now. And next WrestleMania, I wouldn't be surprised if you saw a Trick Williams, the dog-faced Gremlin's son, all these other guys in main event storylines going for major belts. Gunther will absolutely be facing someone for a major title.
Braun Breaker was conspicuous by his absence on this WrestleMania.
Very much so.
And who else was conspicuous by her absence? It's a female.
Dude, you've already
highly regarded up-and-comer from NXT. She's been on the main roster.
The chick that does all the flips? What's her name?
Tiffany Stratton.
Yes, Stratton. That's her, yes.
She was not on WrestleMania. It shocked me.
I'm kind of shocked at that too because she's been doing some moves here that got my attention.
That's
Good looking girl, does some moves.
Absolutely.
Get your attention.
And Imperium just came out to handle Gunther's coat. I was surprised by that. You could, as much as those guys, they worked their asses off all year long.
But they are not on his level, pal. They're just not.
Not on whose level?
Gunther's.
Well, I'm just saying. No, what I'm saying is those guys had no spot for those guys on the show. They could have been in the tag team ladder thing, or I don't know.
They had a great spot. They took his coat.
Yes. Absolutely.
There was one other point that I want to talk about for tonight's show before we call it a day.
Okay.
And it's been a long day.
Been a long day.
I love Rhea Ripley. But if I never see that son of a bitch singing her song again, it'll be too soon. What the hell was with that guy?
That's her favorite group, pal.
Yeah, but that's not who sung her song originally. That's a different band altogether. That's a WWE song that they've got now singing with this white. Yes, it is.
No. It was a licensed song. It was a licensed song.
A woman sang her song originally.
Well, I think that with processing and a studio vocal, I think that the guy sounded like a woman. I don't think a woman sang that song because she lobbied to get the group.
I'll bet you another pizza. I'll bet you another pizza.
She lobbied to get the group that sings her song on
pizza.
WrestleMania. And I'm not betting you nothing because I know. I'm telling you.
I know this because I looked it up.
They spent the money. They spent the money to get these guys to come over. The reason why they jerked the curtain, they were the first match, is because they had to set up all the equipment and then tear it down while the match is going on. Bayley tried to get Paramore, the group that does her theme song, but didn't work.
However, the song you're referring to was sung by a woman. I can show you the lyrics and who sang it first. That's not even up for debate. This jackass came out looking to be a wannabe Marilyn Monroe clown. Don't Google it now, Johnny. It's past midnight. We've been here for an hour. I'll send it to you. I promise.
I'm listening to you. Go.
No, you're trying to Google it. I'm going to take us home if you don't, because it's been a long night. Yeah, it's a licensed WWE song, pal. I'm trying to tell you. You had that part right. It was a woman that sang it first. It started last May, as a matter of fact, that the male group took over the song. I'll send you the article. There's a whole thing on it, man. Everybody, look at Johnny Bottles studying his screen right now, trying to figure this out. He wants to do this so bad right now.
I'm listening to you.
It's eating his soul. No, it's not. All right. Thank you all for watching.
Okay.
Like and subscribe.
Chris Motionless is the guy, because it's the name of the group is Motionless in White. Chris Motionless is the guy that sings the song.
Now, not a year ago.
I'm telling. This is from his Twitter from September 19th, 2022. He sings the song, and he's in the video.
Okay, I'm gonna send you the link, Johnny, when this is over. I promise you.
Look, I'm going to put this shit right on this screen right now.
You know who wouldn't put up with this shit?
Come on now. Don't do it.
I'm gonna do it. You know who would put up with this shit?
I'll take it down.
Because I got the link. I looked it up. I was like, shit, who is this guy? This is not the guy that sang it before. Guess what?
I'm looking right at it on Revolver music website. Chris Motionless from 2022, September 19th. He's there with the makeup on and everything in this clip, saying he sings the song. He's so proud to be doing it for Rhea Ripley.
Okay, I'm gonna send you the link, pal. I'm gonna send you the link.
Go ahead. He's a bit of an androgynous looking fellow, so you might think he's actually a guy.
No, F that guy.
What's he want to
just take?
Whatever. What else were you going to add to this?
Want to be Marilyn Manson looking piece of shit with terrible tattoos. If you get your tattoos from here to here and up to here and it's just black, you're an asshole. You are not different. You're an asshole. Take us home. Thank you all for watching, like, and subscribe.
Please like and subscribe, everybody. We're trying to get to 600 subscribers by this, well, not by this time next week, by Thursday, if we could. 600 subscribers. We're at 570 right now. We need 30 more. We'd just like to, make this happen so that we can move along in the YouTube algorithm to get more views for the videos and have more people watch us and all that good stuff, like you good people out there who watch us every week and who have been discovering us throughout searching and throughout the recommended feed on YouTube. A lot of people from all around the world are watching the show.
Crazy.
Believe it or not. It is kind of crazy.
Don't show
people in Madagascar.
Don't show Andre the Giant. Holy shit.
Funny story is the Andre the Giant gobbledygook video with Heenan in it that we had for the last two shows. It got banned in 9 countries: Madagascar, Thailand,
Nigeria.
Videos. It was banned. Nigeria. It was banned by the WWE. They called a copyright strike on that. So I had to delete that clip from the channel. And it's a shame because it's comedy gold. Heaney gets 2 words out, and Andre's leaning over and pointing at the camera.
It just walks off the center.
Block Larry with $1. Thank you, Block Larry. I appreciate that. It's just amazing stuff. It's amazing stuff.
How do you copyright one of the worst Andre the Giant closing segments ever?
Which you couldn't even understand what he was saying. It was so great. He looked like he was up all night drinking. It looked like he was up all night drinking with Okerlund before he filmed that clip in the back. Dark circles under his eyes, the hair's all sticking up, all frazzled.
Bobby Heenan looking totally panicked when he starts freaking out, like, oh shit, it's a wait.
Do you know Andre smelled like a case of wine and last night's meatloaf when he was standing there in front of Heenan?
I would bet you he smelled like a cat litter box.
Like he just came from the ring after he defecated on Bad News Brown's chest.
Exactly. Or at a Tokyo bathtub.
Which
he did.
Which he did. They used to put newspaper down. He used to be nice about it. Put newspaper down. Sometimes he didn't.
On the people.
He put it in your finer hotels. He would throw down 3 copies of the USA Today that he stole out of the paper box and put it on the bathroom floor. And he just extruded his bowels right there on the floor.
He had nowhere else to go.
He couldn't fit on the toilet, and a lot of places he just dropped a deuce in the shower. Do you have a room with a garbage disposal in the shower? I need a garbage disposal in the shower.
He was
we don't have that, Mr. Giant, sir. Mr. Rusumov.
He was famous for Blumpkins in Paris, or actually in Japan. Don't look it up, kids.
Blumpkins? Is that like? Oh God Almighty!
I'll tell you.
No. Is that like a reverse Cleveland steamer? Is that what that is?
You don't stop. Just take us home.
Who'd he learn that from? God damn, pal! Let me tell you about this.
Jesus. Like and subscribe. Thank you.
Do you know who gave Lalana Kai a dirty Sanchez?
Till next week, Gordon Soley saying so long from the Sunshine State.